Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a bonus game. I don't actually post games on Saturdays for StarCraft 2, but this is a patron game sent to me by a patron of mine for $10 a month to falconpaladin@gmail.com. Patreon.com/FalconPaladin, and at $10 a month, you can send me any replay once a month, and I will cast it and put it on the channel. No questions asked. So this is one of those. And here on Team South in Augustine Falls, we have a blue Protoss player named Patilo. His teammate next door, Spirit. He's a red Terran. And over on this side, it is Vesley. Oh, the little Raynor spinning logo. Ah, Raynor's so adorable. He is. He's a great dude. World champion too, heavens. Team North, FaZe. Purple Zerg. Holy brain. We got ourselves a yellow Terran, Lucifer. And an orange Protoss, Mac Winston. Alright, so this should be good, man. I'm really looking forward to this. I know it's our second 3v3 of the week. It just kind of happened to work out that way. It was not planned by any means at all. But if you enjoy team games, it's a good week for you, huh? Yes, it absolutely is a fantastic week for you. Alright, so team games really come down to teamwork, generally, right? If everybody's pulling their weight, everybody has a good army composition, everybody's working with each other, right? You're complementing each other. Maybe somebody's going mass speed lot. Well, you want something that can shoot up. So if you're a teammate of somebody going mass speed lot, charge lot, maybe you want to make something like Void Rays or Hydralisks or Marines, right? Can be pretty good. So you just want to look what your teammates are doing and compensate accordingly. Actually, not walling off. Here's Mac Winston, but there are no Zergs from Team South, so a wall's not going to help you as much as it would be if there were Zergs on the South, which third base coming up from FaZe. So there's a Zerg here, but he's really not planning on being super aggressive at any point in time soon. So walling off is nice, probably not super duper necessary at this stage. Spirit says, can I get out, please? You can actually mineral walk through this. Pro tip. If you click on a worker and right-click on some minerals on the other side of where you want to go, they'll just phase right through the unit that's blocking them in. It doesn't work for buildings, but if there's a unit blocking them in, then you can go through. We've seen this used in professional games recently, where Zergs will show up with a bunch of drones and lings early against Protoss, phase their drones through whatever's blocking this wall, whether it's an Adept or a Zealot, get in here, try to take down the pylon, try to make sure additional buildings can't be built, and then the lings start munching away. So it can be held by the Protoss if they see it coming. They can actually deal with it pretty well, but if it catches them by surprise, they can definitely lose to it too. So just a good use of the mineral walking concept is what it's called. Mac Winston expanding to the very safe expansion. Again, Augustine Falls, if you haven't seen it cast before, very, very easy places to expand. See, Vesley's doing the same thing. Spirit going for a pretty darn fast starport with a tech lab here. Is this a battlecruiser opening? Or is it some kind of a Banshee play? We'll have to see. I mean, usually there'd be a fusion core coming up if it was battle cruisers, and there's not a fusion core coming up. So I'm guessing Banshee, or maybe the build just isn't fantastic. That's a possibility as well. Raven. It's a That's So Raven play. Cool. Seems very reasonable. Baneling Nest all the way from FaZe. Honestly, Banelings can be used pretty much in any matchup. So I don't see why you wouldn't have a Baneling Nest no matter what you're doing here. Vesley's Adept Harass, kind of getting a lot done. Widowmine, ooh, almost fires, but not quite. Another Widowmine here from Lucifer. Is he going Mass Widowmine? That's another thing I kind of like about team games, is you can do dumb stuff that you can't really pull off in 1v1s. Like, Mass Widowmine doesn't make any sense in 1v1. But in team games where you're just kind of playing support, yeah, Mass Widowmine supporting an actual army can be very cool. So Adept goes down after getting a bunch of kills. A little tiny one-base Marine tank Widowmine push here from Spirit. He's got a Raven joining the party, which, you know, extra DPS in the form of an auto turret could be good. Oh, Widowmine, that was so good! Widowmine catches the tank and a bunch of those Marines. There's no medevacs here. So I really feel like about 20 lings could just wreck this, where normally that would not be recommended. However, there are not 20 Zerglings at all. FaZe is sitting at 14 lings, which is close. Yes. But the third hatch goes down. Wasn't quite ready for the aggressive one-base play. Broodlings, I was going to say, Broodlings might actually get some kills, but I don't think they did. So that's unfortunate. Expanding back down here is a Spirit as well. It looks like Mac Winston is kind of trying to help with some slow Zealots, but as the Terran decides to leave, there's not much for the Zealots to do. If they don't have charge, they're not really good at chasing anything down. So Void Rays in production from Vesely. Oh, Void Rays with Flux Veins on the way from Tilo. So, and Void Rays on the way from Mac Winston. So are we surprised that 3 of the Protoss in this game are going for Void Rays? Not really, no. Although, I'm trying to think. In the last 3v3 that I cast a couple days ago, were there any Void Rays? I am not convinced that there were. Wow. Okay, so Protoss can actually resist the temptation to make Void Rays in team games. It's possible. It's just not all that frequent, I guess is what I'm saying here. Alright, so far, a little quiet. Is that a third base? Yeah, Tilo's getting a third base. That's pretty aggressive for a Protoss, but for some reason he's activated the Prismatic Alignment on these Void Rays. I don't know what for. Now he has to wait for a while to reactivate it. See this cooldown over here in the bottom right? It takes some time to get there. Baneling's Centrifugal Hooks on the way from our Zerg player FaZe. Third base on the way from Mac Winston too. Excellent macro here. And actually Vesely going for a third at the same time. So never mind. Everyone's getting a third base. Except for Lucifer. Lucifer's not attempted to take a third base. Everybody else, well, Spirit hasn't either. Okay, most of the players have done that. Not all of them. This drop is pretty scary stuff, though. Unloads a tank, Marines, Widowmine. Medevacs getting wiped out by this Spore, though. Actually, unloading on top of a Spore is not generally a great idea. And yeah, so now you can't heal up, and now everybody just dies. So, Ling's good enough in here without any support at all. Medevac. Actually, can the Widowmines engage here? I don't know. Spirit a little bit out of range. Ooh, auto turret comes down to take down a siege tank. Burrow the Widowmine. Save the tank. It's too late. It is too late. The tank goes down. Brutal. Brutal execution there by that auto turret. Not good. Not good, even a little bit. Void Rays for Mac Winston heading down this direction. Really going the roundabout path here. They started over here, remember? So they're gonna... I don't know what they're going to do. There's a really nice Stalker Void Ray defense down here from Vesely. So 2 Void Rays for Mac Winston shouldn't really do much. Zerglings cruising in. Recognizing, yeah, it's a pretty big, scary army with shield battery support, so that's not happening. The Void Rays decide, okay, the natural base is pretty defended. The main base only has a cannon over here. Just kidding, we're going to Prismatic Alignment down your assimilator. Take that! And then we're going to die because we're outnumbered horribly. Oh, we got the assimilator at least. That counts for something. That is not nothing there. Fleet Beacon on the way from Vesely. Storm coming in from Mac Winston. And additional Void Ray production. Lingbane here from FaZe. I'd like to see something else. Hydras, Ravagers, Mutalisks, Corruptors, something other than Lingbane. Nidus network kind of works for me, I guess, if you want to try to network into bases here. Tilo's taking a 4th base, guys. Fleet Beacon up for him, too. So, I mean, it feels pretty sky tossy to me. Another drop from Spirit. And just unloading right on top of Mac Winston's main base. Not a care in the world here. Not unloading everything, which seems like a problem. Like, maybe unload all of your stuff before it's too late. Oh, the storm. Okay, the storm changed that equation immensely. And everybody dies. Where the heck? Oh, that Overlord positioning is sick. And suddenly Spirit's natural base, which is not protected at all, is in a lot of trouble. all of a sudden. The mules got out, but they're going to time out anyway, so it doesn't matter. Trying to jump on in. There are a couple cannons. Banelings exploding on the Stalkers. Void Rays from Wesley wandering in, but guess who's coming in at the same time? The Mass Widowmine plays of Sir Lucifer. There's not even anything for him to kill here. Okay, unburrow, keep going. You can get in the main base. This isn't actually walled off. Oh, here they go. Remember what I said about Mass Widowmine being moderately viable? It's moderately viable, you guys. Ugh, ugh. Whoa! Void Ray's taking hits, boys. Stalker's kind of picking him off from distance. The Void Rays, oh, they came in! Ouch! Ow! Void Rays from Tilo trying to do damage to Mac Winston over here and accomplish a little bit, for sure. But I'm mostly interested in these Widow Mines and their adventures right now. Burrow and everybody dead. Void Ray outranges Widow Mines. I don't know, it doesn't. Never mind. I was going to say, I didn't think they outranged Widow Mines. Ow. Okay, everything's on cooldown. We don't have Drilling Claws, which I'm honestly surprised by. If you're... Oh, he does have Drilling Claws. Guess just detection is detecting him here. He's still doing stuff. Yeah, these Void Rays. Tilo, 2 kills, 4 kills. Just picking off probes here and there. It's fine. Carrier arrives. Void Rays almost get out of there, but Blink is a thing. And Stalkers on the low ground versus Terran, not good. Coming in, a lot of Lings and Banes, and another round of Void Rays from Lucifer. Ugh! Void Rays coming up the ramp. Problematic. Trying to wall off with some warping in. Stalkers not going particularly well for said Stalkers. And watch out for friendly fire there, too. Spirit on the other side, taking down Mac Winston's third base. Lings and Banes rolling into Vesely's main. Stalkers trying to hold it here. Widowmines say no, you're not. Pushing up with Marines against Carriers is pretty good, but not enough Marines, I don't think, and there's Stalker support, and there's another huge warp in a Stalker, so that's not working either. Lings going after probes here in the main base of Vesely. Vesely's having a bad day. He is at 27 supply right now. He's largely been taken out of the game. More Widowmines from Lucifer just wandering in. See, these guys are sacrificial lambs. The Mass Widowmine always makes me laugh. In team games, mono battles, 3v3s, 4v4s. It's a lot less funny when you're playing against it, in all fairness, but man, it's funny to watch. These guys aren't even doing anything. They could come down here and probably wipe out this entire base, except for this cannon. So what are they going to do? Just wait for stuff to come out, I guess. It's like, hey, why don't you build something out of these Stargates, Vesely? Oh, coming up the ramp. Okay, on cooldown. Not that one's not. Oh, it didn't fire anything. That's lame. Stalkers outrange, though. So Stalkers and Hydralisks with the range upgrade. Outrange the Widow Mines. Are we still just cruising them in, man? The Ling Bane stuff from Phasey is sort of working. He's got a Spire coming in and Adrenal Glands, too. The Widowmine hits, though. The Widowmine hits are good. A lot of Void Rays actually out here from Tilo. He's on that 4-base economy. He's pretty scary that way. So, Mac Winston, Stalkers, Zealots. More and more Widowmines coming in. Doesn't matter if you're on cooldown. You're outranged by the Stalkers. Burrow now. Oh, they actually don't get any hits off. Too many Void Rays. Too many. Mac Winston is like, all right, I have some support of some Lings down here. We can probably take this out. That's a lot of cannons with good shield battery support here. Yes, the Lings do have +1 attack and Adrenal Glands. But let's back on out, shall we? Not super ideal. This is just, honestly, Lucifer's just wandering Widowmines down here. Just producing 6 at a time. And burrowing them, I think, would be pretty good. But, I don't know. Leaving them above ground is sort of cool as well. Tilo's trying to take a 5th base, but that's not going to happen. Mac Winston's going to shut that down. Shut that door. Shut it. hard. Goodbye, Nexus. Good attempt. Widowman's not quite sure what to do with themselves here. Void Rays. Thinking about engaging. This base is ripe for the picking for Void Rays, but I'm not sure that they don't know about it. They don't know about it, but they kind of catch glimpses of it here. And here's the problem with FaZe's plan of Ling Baneling. It doesn't do anything about this happening. Yeah, that's the main base getting, or natural base getting wrecked. That's where a lot of the tech is, though. The Ultralisk Cavern coming in. Man, a man after my own heart here is FaZe. Lings and Banelings into Ultralisks. What's that? Your opponent has 100 Void Rays? It doesn't really matter. Does it? No, I don't suppose it does. Patilo doesn't really want to engage. Oh, beautiful storms, though. Nice storms here from Mac Winston. Excellent, excellent job. Widowmines do kill a bunch of SCVs down here, but whatever. That's a dead hatchery at, if the, I mean... Patilo decides to spare it entirely. Zergling's getting in from FaZe. You know, killing some probes. Making sure that Vesely never gets off the ground here. He's at 27 total work, or total supply again. Widowmine's just burrowing in random spots. That SCV did not see that coming at all. FaZe says, thanks for saving me. I had no ability to deal with those Void Rays at all. You know, oh gosh. Tilo just lost like 15 Void Rays to that. Widowmines pulling back, gathering with their brethren. Again, FaZe's upgrades are good. He's got 2-2 and Adrenal. So even without Banelings, you're going to do alright. Aw, Spores taken down the medevac that had stuff in it. So that's terrible stuff. And, yeah, Mac Winston at 185 supply. Nobody on Team South is even close to that. Patilo's at 118, but again, losing all those Void Rays really started to cramp his style. Yeah, these cannons are not going to stand against this many Stalkers, this many Void Rays. Defensive Void Rays is getting out of there. But Patilo, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Carriers wandering in for additional moral support. This is a little bit concerning, because the Widowmines will do friendly splash. So, you know, if you're attacking an enemy that's on top of your friends, or even your own units, it will hurt them with that splash damage, so be careful. 72 Banelings? I don't know that I've seen this many Banelings created at a single time in a while. That's a lot of Banelings, friendos. Mothership on the way from Vesely. Ooh, his 49 supply Mothership is the play here. Banelings have decided to go for it. Carriers are nonplussed, but it actually gives time for the Widowmines to burrow in and fire. Okay, that was, that was a lot of friendly death too, but sure, all the carriers are gone and the Nexus is dead, so hey, great victory, I suppose. A couple siege tanks here from Spirit. Goodbye siege tanks from Spirit. More siege tanks there, though. A single zealot for Mac Winston wanders down here. Kind of gets tricked a little bit, but see, the combined forces of a Mac Winston and a Lucifer just crushing nerds, taking names. The carriers are just like, wait, no, 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 wait, no, 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 wait, no, 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 wait, no, why would you stop? Carriers, the interceptors are vulnerable to Widowmines. The carriers themselves are pretty vulnerable to Widowmines. A lot of these guys are on cooldowns, so burrowing it doesn't do a lot. Oh, never mind, not all of them. Okay, not all of them were on cooldown. Now I think most of them are. So yeah, this is Patilo getting wrecked. I mean, everybody's at 40 supply for Team South right now. It is not looking good. Vesley's corpse is getting absolutely dumped on by FaZe right now. Patilo's newer sources of income are getting wrecked. The defensive pullback here looking alright, but I mean, Spirit is mined out of all income right now. He doesn't have much going on. He's at 500 minerals, which is not a lot. He's actually mining over here sneakily. Team North does not know that exists, which, especially if you're the Zerg player, maybe send a ling around every once in a while to these bases along the sides on this map. Spirit taps out, and I think it's not going to be long yet either where we're going to see everybody else tap out as well. Poor Vesley. He just had a bad time today. Patilo's kind of like, oh, Vesley's out. I mean, Patilo's kind of like, I don't know. You know, where it went wrong for him was when his Mass Void Ray got wiped out by Widow Mines. I think that was it for him. Dude, Lucifer's at 194 supply of Widow Mines. He has 67 Widow Mines on the field. Well done, men. Really, says Patilo. Taps out. And your winners are FaZe, Lucifer, and Mac Winston. Oh, that's a... wow. Is that a screenshot? That might be a screenshot. Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. That was honestly a lot of fun. That was a good 3v3. Thank you for sending that in, Mac. I appreciate it. Mass Widowmine triumphs again, especially against somebody making Mass Void Rays. It's usually how that equation works. So resources lost here, 24,000 for Spirit, 40,000 for Patilo, 22,000 for Vesley, 30,000 for FaZe, and then 16 and 18 respectively for Lucifer and Mac. Patilo ended up losing 60 Void Rays. I want to say 20 of those were probably due to that one Widowmine strike that just destroyed him. FaZe got away with going Ling Baneling and like one single Mutalisk in the game, which is fairly impressive. Teammates can kind of cover your weaknesses if you're just doing that stuff again. Mac Winston ended up losing 2 carriers, 42 stalkers, largely stalkers in that situation, and a High Templar. So fantastic 3v3. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a 3v3 team game. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
The path of ascension is before us.